Friday, the 2nd of August in the year 2025. And this is directly from the shelter in Kiev, Radio Shelter. And I'm Tony Eastern, and we love to bring you tonight some well selected and rather unknown rock and pop songs that we are sure you will understand and enjoy. A typical Friday evening song, Dawn, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Pretty as a midsummer's morn, they call her Dawn. Dawn, go away, I'm no good for you. Oh, Dawn, stay with him, he'll be good to you. Hang on, hang on to him. Think, what a big man he'll be. Think of the faces you'll see. Now think what the future would be with a poor boy like me. Don't go away, please go away. Although I know I want you to stay. Don't go away, please go away. Baby, don't cry, it's better this way. Go away back where you belong. Girl, we can't change the places where we were born. Before you say that you want me, I want you to think what your family would say. Think what you're throwing away. Now think what the future would be with a poor boy like me. Don't go away, I'm no good for you. Don't go away, I'm no good for you. Don't go away, I'm no good for you. Don't go away, I'm no good for you.
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons with the song Dawn. A good song to begin with. No matter how old those songs are, they fit in every summer. Frankie Valli was the lead singer of the Four Seasons and the man with the high voice. Very talented. Together with another member of the group, Bob Godidio, they made the group big. Bob wrote this song together with Sandy Lancer, as Bob wrote almost all Four Seasons hits. Song from 1964 and reached number 3 in the American Billboard. It was one of their earlier big hits after they had a breakthrough in 1962 with the song Sherry, and then followed by Big Girls Don't Cry and Walk Like a Man. All the same side of songs with the same concept. The Four Seasons are from New Jersey in the United States, and the boys had Italian roots. The group was for a period extremely successful and then fell apart because of internal fights. Basically, Frankie and Bob did not see the reason why they should be together with the other members of the band, as they were not contributing so much, and after all, the money was still divided by all of them. You can all see this in a fantastic musical called The Jersey Boys. On now to Marina. Hi Marina, still outside of Kiev?
Hi, Tony. No, I came back early in the week. Not an easy trip with all those controls along the way. But all went alright, and I am back and busy again. Wonder every time that in spite of constant bombing, traveling goes rather easy. And public transport more or less in time? I think it deserves a big compliment. as when also that stops to function, we are really in problems. I love to be back in Kyiv as it still is such a nice and beautiful city, and after the war, everyone should visit it. I continue with music, and that is something you always miss when not in Kyiv, as it is inspiring and with other together and makes you forget about daily life. And in Kyiv, music is still practically everywhere. Another time, I hope to tell you a bit more about it. And for now, I wish you a nice evening and a good broadcasting. Talk to you next week. Bye, Tony.
Yes, thanks, Marina. We talk next Friday. A great song now, the Airborne Toxic Event with Changing.
Hi, we're the Airborne Toxic Event, and this is our song, Something You Own, tentatively titled Girls from San Marino.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All these buckets of rain, I've heard enough about you. Say that I lie. I am a gentleman, didn't I ask for a place I could stay? What were we both thinking? The next pot just got in the way. You were just always talking about changing, changing. What if I was the same man, same man? Same man I always was. All these things that you say, like I'll forget about the mind-numbing games that you play. I was a gentleman, didn't I pay for every laugh, every time, every bit, every time? And then you fed me some line. I won't hear one more. What about changing, changing? Guess what I am? The same man, same man, same man I always was. Days pass, turn into weeks. When we don't even speak, we just lay wide awake. I pretend I'm asleep, and you go home alone. And you're checking my phone, and you're looking at me like I'm something you own. All these buckets of rain, I've heard enough about you. Say I'll never try. I am a gentleman, didn't I answer every time that you call? Pick you up when you fall, but you never listen at all. You were just always talking about changing, changing. Guess what I am? The same man, same man. Changing, changing. Guess what I am? The same man, same man. Changing, changing. Guess what I am? The same man, same man.
The Airborne Toxic Event with the song Changing. An unusual song by an unusual group. Originated from Los Angeles in 2006 and had this song in 2011. Supposed to be about changes that are in the end accepted. The group falls under the category indie rock. That has nothing to do with India at all and is just a music stream of independent groups that make not clear a type of music. It is for sure alternative music with meaningful words and experimental music. With this song, the group started to become more commercial and more radio fit, so to speak. And that brought them result, number 4 in the USA. The song is written by 2 band members, Michael Jolette and Darren Taylor, the lead singer and the drummer of the band. And the song is from their second album, All at Once. And they still exist and are rather active. Good to hear this. Next song, certainly from a group that does not exist anymore. The Traveling Wilburys with Handle Me With Care.
Being beat up and battered around, being sent up and I've been shut down. You're the best thing that I've ever found. Handle me with care. Reputation's changeable, situation's tolerable, but baby you're adorable. Handle me with care. I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care? Everybody's got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine and dream on. I've been bobbed up and I've been fooled. I've been robbed and ridiculed in daycare centers and night schools. Handle me with care. Being stuck in airports, terrorized, sent to meetings, hypnotized, overexposed, commercialized. Handle me with care. I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care? Everybody got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine and dream on. I've been uptight and made a mess, but I'll clean it up myself, I guess. Oh, the sweet smell of success. Handle me with care.
Traveling Wilburys with Handle Me With Care. The supergroup from the 80s, 1988 in Los Angeles, where 5 already then legends get accidentally together and decided to make a B-side for a release of George Harrison. And together, George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty and Bob Dylan wrote the song. For those who are familiar with pop music, those guys are of course well known. Beatles, Heartbreakers, Electric Light Orchestra. The producers were Jeff and George. It became a relatively small hit, number 45 in America, but developed later into a real classic song, covered many times. As a sort of joke, they put as their surname on the album, for all of them, Wilbury, and with different first names, as if they were all brothers. Song tells about guys who have a lot of life experience and drawbacks and would love to be handled a bit with care. It was the trigger to make the first album, Traveling Wilbury #1. Roy Orbison died on stage shortly after they made the recordings. Next song for tonight, The Symbols with Bye Bye Baby.
If you hate me after what I say,
Can't put it off any longer. I just gotta tell him anyway.
bye bye baby, baby, goodbye baby, bye bye baby, don't make me cry baby, you're the one girl in town I'd marry. Girl, I'd marry you now if I were free. I wish it could be. I could love you, but why begin it? 'Cause there ain't any future in it. She's got me, but I'm not free. So bye bye baby, baby, goodbye baby, baby, bye bye baby, don't make me cry baby, wish I never had known you better. Wish I knew you before I met her. Gee, how good you would be for me. Should have told you that I can linger. There's a wedding ring on my finger. Gee, bye bye baby, baby, goodbye baby, bye bye baby, don't make me cry
Bye Bye Baby, The Symbols, a relative unknown group from the 60s from Essex in England. I think it is strange that their songs also, for instance, on Spotify stay with low numbers of listeners. They represent a close harmony type of music that was rather popular, for instance, by the Ivy League and also American West Coast groups like the Cowsills. This song from 1967 was their most successful record, but I advise you also to listen to See You in September and The Best Part of Breaking Up. Good songs and very good harmonies. The producer is the well-known Lee Reed, and the harmonies are done in a very good way. It did not become a big hit, but was played rather often on the different pirate stations. As we know, and it happens so often with those groups, the band members changed a lot. But were still active until 1974. Please give the song good attention, and it is a good example of what often less popular but professional British groups could do. Almost forgotten, but certainly not by Radio Shelter. Another group that is not too well known, the Consortium, with All the Love in the World.
Baby, you bring out the sweet in life. You've got everything I need. All the love in the world I would give. All the love in the world just to love sun reason to shine. You make this life of mine a dream. All the love in the world I would give, all the love in the world just to love you. All the love in the world, all the love in the world. I'd give it all for you to stay with me. I'd give my life to find a way to make our love last longer, to make the love light stronger, to make it gleam in every way. Baby, you bring out the sweet in life. You make this life of mine a dream. All the love in the world I would give, all the love in the world just to love you. All the love in the world, all the love in the world. I'd give it all for you to stay with me. I'd give my life to find a way to make our love last longer, to make the love light stronger, to make it gleam in every way. I'd give it all for you to stay with me. I'd give my life to find a way to make our love last longer, to make the love light stronger, to make it gleam in every way.
All the Love in the World, the Consortium. And here again, a bit of an obscure group from the 60s and from England, just like the Symbols, but different in the sense that they are from a bit later in the 60s, at the end, and were already influenced by some psychedelic developments. Not too much, but still. But also a very good harmony and in fact a beautiful song. It would be a good idea to bring a number of those forgotten harmony groups from the 60s and the 70s together on an album. But probably copyrights spoil it, as they often do. The song is written by Geoff Simpson, the singer and guitar player of the band. They had a few small other hits, like When the Day Breaks and Somebody Else's Girl. I like those songs as well. They ended in 1972 and lasted 5 years only. As said before, those groups with a high level of music often fell apart as there were no hits. And as we all know, making a hit has often not much to do with the quality of the song. Marketing, my friends, marketing, the tough lesson of life. Shelter will play from time to time those beautiful songs of the English forgotten harmony groups. The last song for tonight is, as always, a special one, but now extra special. In remembrance of George Kooijmans, the musical inspiration of the Golden Earring, who died last week. We hear him here with his own song, the Golden Earring, with Hold Me Now.
With a lot of pride, I'd like to introduce Mr. Robert John Stips. From The Hague, Holland.
Dreaming about the future and drinking on the past. Thinking about the things that have been forgotten. Trying to remember it, trying to forget that my life is empty without you. Sayonara. Close your eyes now, little girl, 'cause tomorrow is hiding in a whole different world. Hold me now, you gotta guide me through the night. Hold me now, make my eyes go blood so warm. Talking about our friends in love, our friends with broken hearts, the ones I always keep forgiving. That funny angel shot a poison pointed dart. Tonight I wanna keep on living for your love. Close your eyes now, little girl, 'cause tomorrow is harder than all you were. Hold me now, you gotta guide me through the night. Hold me now, and let me last forever. Hold me now, be my God just for a while. Hold me now, make my eyes go blood so warm. Hold me now, you gotta guide me through the night. Hold me now, and let me last forever. Hold me now, be my God just for a while. Hold me now, make my eyes go blood so warm.
First time out.
Hold Me Now, The Golden Earring. I think this is a song of George Coyman's where his talents are shown best. Not only the composition of the song, but certainly also the singing itself. It is a song from 2003 as a single record and never was put on an album, interesting enough. The meaning of the words speak for itself and does not represent, of course, most golden earring words, as they are all written by Barry Hay. The old songs, when they were still named the Golden Earrings and Hay was still not in the group, were often from Koymans and look more like the words here. It is a bit unclear when this song was exactly made and if it was for George's solo album and should be on this album. But it's not on that album. I think it is a very good tribute to what George did for the Dutch music world in the almost 60 years that the group, the Golden Earring, was active and made many, many big hits all over the world, like Radar Love and When the Lady Smiles, but many, many more. As you know, we play for you well selected songs from mainly the 60s and the 70s, big hits and forgotten special ones. Some of them you certainly will recognize, as they are still often played or used for movies and commercials. We give you a small story with each song. Radio Shelter plays only songs we love, and we hope we please you with our choice. And please do not forget to subscribe to our wonderful Radio Shelter and get every new broadcasting automatically on your device. Next to push on subscribe, you should also push on the bell on the screen to make it all perfect and to enjoy us every Friday. We wish you a good and, of course, very safe week on behalf of Radio Shelter, Marina, and myself. And please tune in next Friday. And I'm Tony Eastern. So long.
Привіт усім! Мене звати Настя, і я співачка у дівочому поп-гурті Melody Girls of Ukraine, тут, у Києві. Від щирого серця бажаю кожному з вас доброти, миру та любові.